Time. Time is a thing that humans don't realize how important it is until it's too late. Time is a thing that can go by in an instant. Time is a thing that we wish we can go back in time and relive the old days. This is how I felt throughout my life. When I was younger, I was always curious about my future. I was curious about what I wanted to do in my life. But as I grew older, I realized how little I'd done with my life, and I wanted to change that. But I realized that I'm getting older every day, and I only have a certain amount of time before I die. And honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to change. But one day, there was a new anime that was shown, and it honestly changed the way I was thinking about my life. And that anime is Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. Frieren Beyond Journey's End tackles many themes throughout the anime. But in this video, there's going to be three themes I want to talk about mostly: discovery, time, and just cherishing memories altogether. The first theme I want to tackle is probably, for me personally, the most important one, and the main reason why I started this video the way I did: time. Because, like I said in the intro, time is, we don't realize how important it is until it's gone. I'm sure all of us can relate to that. And in Frieren, it's portrayed so beautifully. Let's see. The main way she decides to rediscover herself is essentially first like going on like an adventure on her own. Like realizing the importance of life. And after doing that for so long, she decides to come back and talk to Haita, which is a member of the Heroes Party, like I said. And so while they're talking all that, Frieren learns that Haita has found a young girl, and that he's been taking of her for a while, and he asks Frieren to help her train and all that, because Haita knows how powerful Frieren is. And so Frieren agrees because, like I said, she is rediscovering herself and all that. And so essentially what happens is Frieren finds her, and Frieren makes this female, or this young girl, her name is Fun, her protege, I guess you can say, or her like underling, like she's being trained by Frieren. That's essentially what I'm saying. So after doing that, sadly Haita falls ill and unfortunately passes away too. Because like I said, human years is different compared to elf years. So now Frieren has a protege with her. And now they have a new goal after talking to Eisen, who is the dwarf of the group. Eisen came up with the idea of going essentially to the place where they defeat the Demon King, because I'm pretty sure now is now turned into like a place to enter heaven essentially. And so Frieren agrees to tackle this journey that will take, I think, 10 years, I believe what they said. So because Frieren wants to talk to Haita and Himmel again, and this is going back to the theme of time that I'm about to talk about. But in one of the later episodes, I can't remember exactly what episode it is. Frieren loses a ring that Himmel gave her, and she really wants to find it. So after finding it and all that, there's a flashback of Himmel putting the ring on her, symbolizing two main things. The first thing that viewers will realize the first time is that Himmel likes Frieren. He wants to marry her and spend the rest of his life with her. But this is where this is like no reason why I love Frieren so much. If you watch it more than once, you realize certain details that you didn't realize the first time. And this was one such thing that I didn't realize the first time. So in that scene, which I'm going to put on the screen, while Himmel was putting on the ring, between them was a clock symbolizing time. It was so small that, like I said, I didn't realize it the first time. And realized, like, learning that made me appreciate Frieren even more. But yeah, and then that goes into the last theme, just cherishing memories altogether, because you don't know what's gonna happen, because death can happen at any time, anywhere. If it's your time to go, unfortunately, it's time. You really can't avoid it. And so, and like I said, that happens with Himmel. Himmel unfortunately passed away because it was his time. He was getting old, and since he's not alive anymore, Frieren has to cherish her memories. Like for example, throughout Frieren's journey with Fern, they have grown to realize how fond the memories are. Because if you go on a journey with someone for so long, you just have so many great memories to show and all that. This is pretty much the equivalent of a friendship that lasts like 10 years or so, 10 plus years. And I guarantee you, in those friendships, you guys have so many memories that you will never forget. And that's essentially what was happening to Frieren. Because of her journey, she decides that she has truly just rediscovered herself and her way of life. Now, another thing that I want to talk about in Frieren that I'm sure a lot of people are already talking about is the fights in Frieren. There isn't a lot, but a lot of fights. But when there is a fight, oh boy, it's so good. I can really think of two fights that are still stick with me to this day. The first one is Ola versus Frieren. This was like the first like main fight essentially with Frieren. And it truly showed just how powerful Frieren is. And so essentially this battle all led down to who has more ore, essentially. Because ore has a scale that tips in the favor of the person that has more ore. And so if you have less, you have to obey what the other person says. And so ore, like for the most of the fight, had more ore. But there's a reason for that. Frieren's master actually taught her to hide her ore and surprise the demons at last second. And so like after a amazing scene, Frieren unleashes her ore and completely kills ore because of how powerful Frieren is. Now, the second fight I want to talk about is in like one of the last couple of episodes. It's Frieren and Fern versus Frieren's clone. And may I just say, this might be one of my favorite fights of the year. It's so good because first off, I love the fact that Frieren is like the final boss essentially, really symbolizing how powerful Frieren is as a character. But the animation, amazing. The choreography, amazing. And the fact that it took everything to beat Frieren's clone is amazing. It's impressive. And at the end, Frieren beats her clone. It took a lot, and Fun did get hurt a little bit, but Frieren did land the final blow. So, in the end, like I said, Frieren, the Beyond Journey's End, has truly changed my life for the better. I started working out more. I started doing other stuff on YouTube. Like I started making a podcast. I started making AMVs because of Frieren. Because I wanted to experience new stuff. And if I haven't watched Frieren, I honestly don't know what my life would be like right now. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Like I said, this isn't a typical video. I wanted to try making this. If you guys wanted me to watch to do this with other animes, let me know down in the comments.
Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh.